Okay. All right, done with the stem. Now let's start position. Vascular tissue in dicotyledonous roots. Okay, let's draw the diagram. And this will be harder to draw, to be honest. Now, there are a lot of cells obviously in between. I'm just going to draw them. The middle, there is a circle. Okay. Again, the outer layer is called epidermis. Now, this inner layer is called endodermis. Now, these protrusions that I drew, these are root hairs. This is like, you know, if you want to imagine, this is like a transverse section of a root. Just think of a root that is, you know, cut in half, like, yeah. What else? These are the phloem. This is the xylem. I know this one is like more difficult to differentiate, especially in my drawing, but I'm going to show you a picture so that it's easier. Oh, by the way, this is obviously the cortex. Now, the central region, as you can see, consists of xylem and phloem tissues. The xylem radiates from the center. And phloem alternates between them. So the phloem is found, alternatingly between the xylem tissues.
What is the outermost layer of the root is the piliferous layer. Is it the outermost? Is it the outer part of the root hair or like the root cell itself?
No. There is this outermost like layer which has like these small like cells, this small layer of cells. This is called the piliferous layer. You can just simply call it epidermis. It's the same thing. It also consists of the root hairs, so this protrusions. Sometimes, just as a simplification, it is drawn like this. I think it's easier to see that these are phloem. This is xylem. This is epidermis. This is endodermis. This is cortex. That's it. These are obviously the root hairs. Just so you know, I don't know if you have the same syllabus, but this is also called the pericycle. just like inside the endodermis. Okay. Trying to find a good picture. But all of them, they either show too many features or just less features. Yeah, if you just Google dicotyledonous root cross section, you'll be able to see multiple pictures. I'm going to show you here. So like you might actually come across this in your exam to label. So yeah, hopefully you can realize what these are. Now this one has a very detailed labeling. You don't need to know this. I think, yeah, this one is a good one. Now, obviously, you don't need to know metaxylem and protoxylem. They're all of them are xylem. So yeah, okay.
This also has a pith, right? It's in the middle.
Yeah, there is a pith in the middle, apparently. Yeah, you can see that, there's not always a pith. You need to um, really see the diagram properly. How is it drawn? Okay. I hope that's done. We can move on to root hair cells.
Yeah.
This is actually a big chapter. We will be completely done with this next class, not this class. So I drew the picture of root hair cells on the first day. Let me see if I still have that. Yeah, this one. So yeah, that's the same picture that I wanted to draw. Root hair cells, as you can see, they're tubular outgrowths of root epidermal cells. Each root hair is usually an outgrowth of a single epidermal cell, so they're one cell thick. Being long and narrow, they have a large surface area to volume ratio for rapid absorption of water and minerals. So that's the adaptation. The cell surface membrane controls the water potential of the cell sap. The cell sap has a lower water potential than the soil solution, causing osmosis to take place, okay? So these are a few points that I want to note. All the other points are already written. They're long and narrow, and they extend into the soil. So being long and narrow, this increases the surface area to volume ratio, which results in faster absorption of water and minerals. Lower water potential means it has a high concentration of solutes, so different minerals. Then the soil. So water can get in easily through osmosis. And the minerals needs to be taken up by active transport. Okay, that's it. Then we have, absorption of water and minerals by root hair cells in details. I'm going to write this in a new page. Are there any questions so far?
No, Apu.
So when do you want to actually do the recovery class of physics? Is it possible tonight?
Yeah, sure. When are you free?
I guess 9 or 10.
Yeah, I could do both 9 or 10 whenever you're comfortable. Whatever you're comfortable.
Okay,
with.
yeah. If you want, maybe we can do 1 hour today and then 1 hour tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So Apu, will you take classes at 9 or 10?
Okay, I'll let you know, okay?
Yeah, sure. All right.
Okay, so what else? I think if you're done, I can move on.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, great. So basically soil particles, they're usually coated with water and dissolved mineral salts. So the cell sap in the root hair cells, they contain a lot of sugar and ions that cause it to be at lower water potential than soil solution. So the water moves across the partially permeable cell surface membrane from from the soil solution to the cell sap by osmosis, like I mentioned in the previous page. Now the cell sap has a higher water potential than the cell sap in the adjoining cell. So water moves across the cell surface membrane into the adjoining cell by osmosis. So that's how water moves all the way to other cells. The process will continue until the water enters the xylem vessels and moves up the plant. Okay, so so this process continues until the water reaches the xylem vessels. And then it moves up the plant. So what do I mean? Let's say these are all the root hair cells. The water will move like that until it reaches the xylem vessels, and then it will go up the plant. So like in the previous picture that I drew of the dicotyledonous root, so it had something like that, right? This is the root hair. So water is entering like this. And then it will go through all these cells. So the cortex, I mean, first of all, and then finally in the middle, there are xylem vessels, so it will enter through this. So all throughout this motion, it's osmosis, okay? Are there any questions? Hello,
Hello?
are there any questions?
No, I understand.
Okay, so I guess next day I'm going to continue transportation of water from the roots to the leaves. So how it goes through the stem, okay?
All right.
All
Apu, you
right, we
said
stop.
you were going to take a test, so will it be after you finish transporting flowering plants?
Yeah, I think after that I can take a test of the 3 chapters we have completed, right?
That would be four, I think, or two.
Yeah, so cells, diffusion and osmosis, enzymes, and plant nutrition, and finally transport in flowering plants.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you. Bye.
Right.